closed test. 80th anniversary of D-Day. Closed test 13.4. 8 years ago, D-Day. Okay, so 3 new operations are coming to World of Warships in a new battle type. Okay. I hope it's new maps, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be the Dunkirk map. We'll see. Okay, these scenarios will last 2 weeks each. Accommodate tiers 5 to 7 and will accommodate up to 60 players in a division. Okay. First operation up to 13.4. Allied Vanguard spearheading the landings on Utah Beach. You have to fight for enemy naval forces and suppress coastal defenses to ensure the safe arrival of your landing craft. Command a battleship cruiser. Okay. Let's see. Are these PT boats? Oh, we're back to fighting PT boats again. Let's go. It's exactly like Dunkirk then. It kind of looks like the Dunkirk map, doesn't it? They're not really showing the whole map, but this kind of looks like the Dunkirk map, doesn't it? Isn't this exactly like it? Or am I hallucinating? Schnellboot. Yeah, that's that one. Schnellboot. Fast boat. I love that that's the name they gave. Okay. In the second operation taking place, experience the disparate defense of Omaha. You'll take command of German destroyer squadron and face off against superior allied naval power. Like, the concept is still cool. I'm a bit worried about, though, that they want you to deploy minefields, which means that Wargaming is still testing that, because Wargaming always tests things in their fun game mode. Many examples of this, funny buttons, the gimmick buttons, they started from fun game modes. Subs, they started from Halloween event. Most recently, the support consumables we had during our April 1st event. They're being added into clan battles. Like, they always test things in this game mode. So whenever you see something in these game modes, you better believe they're trying to squeeze it into the main game as well. Final operation will be aftermath of success and rescue operation critically damage allied vessels and crew. Okay. The D-Day operations will only have a single level, and completing the primary objective will not be the hardest part. However, we brought back stars for completing additional mission for the duration. These missions will grant you extra stars and increase the overall difficulty of the operation. Okay. Okay, these are the commanders you can unlock. Robert Jojard and Jaj. That's probably pronounced somehow much nicer. It's French, so... See, I'm Finnish. I see a J and I say Jao. Jao Jard. That's how I pronounce that in Finnish. But it's probably something like Shashard. Hahard. They do things that I don't understand. And William Tennant. Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, that's the one. See, that thing looks good. I really like that one. It's giving me a lot of army vibes, honestly. But I like that one. I like fight to end conquest. Fight to end conquest. Fight to end the conquest? Or just fight to end conquest? I mean, fight to end conquest. Okay, like fight to end conquest in general. It works like that. Acceptable grammatically? Yeah, I mean, if you said fight to end hate, that would be acceptable. It's grammatically correct. But fight to end conquest. It sound all conquest forever and ever? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like fight to end all conquest forever. Oh, it's a quote. They fight not for the lust of conquest. They fight to end conquest. They fight to liberate. President Franklin D. Roosevelt radio broadcast. Ah, okay. See, now I like it a lot. They fight to end conquest. Fight to end conquest. Okay, I like that a lot. Thank you, Hazem. Thank you for adding that quote there. Now I like it a lot more after, because I was not aware of that quote. Now that I'm aware of it, I like it a lot more, and it's extremely fitting to have it on a Baltimore class. Yeah, no, that oh, it was during D-Day. That was his speech. Okay, okay, no, never mind. I take it all back. Now I like it a lot. Now I like it a lot. It sounded weird to my ear, but then again, I'm not native English, and I most certainly was not aware of the quote, which obviously makes it. Now I like it a lot more. That's actually cool. Oh, this one looks really cool as well. This one looks really cool as well. I love the nets for climbing on board and climbing down. Okay, I really like both these camos. These are good looking camos. These look really good. As part of the operations commemorating D-Day, we'll be introducing special event mechanic called Intelligence. Intelligence will give bonuses against specific type of enemies with 3 different levels. Confidential, Secret, and Top Secret. Yeah, we saw this in the video. Basically, you will get different bonuses depending on it. Intelligence and enemy destroyers may increase your gun accuracy when firing on them at Confidential, while reducing damage taken from their torpedoes at Secret and increasing the damage they take from your shells at Top Secret. So, yeah, it's a scaling buff. But there's no point to not run like the top secret level then, is there? I guess you have to unlock them? But so far there's no reason... There's no reason not to run the top secret level of it though. I feel like they're testing pseudo-unique upgrades? Maybe. They might be testing that. Earn additional choices by acquiring classified documents envelopes from the events rewards track. Yeah, you unlock more of them, and then you get secret and top secret levels. Okay. So you can grind buffs for the game. D-Day container and D-Day premium container. Okay. Excited to announce that we're adding a new port into the game for this time. During the D-Day event, you'll be able to access new port by clicking the D-Day banner import and selecting the D-Day battle type. Okay. That looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. I like the look of this port. It's kind of like Ocean, but not as plain. Worn out Ocean port. Yeah, exactly. This one looks. I like this one. This one looks good. Okay, well this is honestly that historically accurate. The art is great. The concept seems interesting. A bit worried that they're testing minefields, but in general, looks like a cool mechanic. I'm not too big on operations, but honestly, a historically inspired series of operations sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. Yeah, it's 8 years since D-Day, so it makes sense. Yeah, no, that was cool. That was a good devlog. Moving on. Next devlog. Now, that was the upcoming operation when the D-Day celebration. This one is, on the other hand, about new ships. New ships. Close test 13.4. Captains. A fresh batch of new ships is preparing to enter testing and update 13.4, including a brand new Tech Tree line. I used to be a lot more hyped about Tech Tree lines, but nowadays when I know that it's going to be like, it's going to come out maybe 13.5, 13.6, then it's going to be early access, so we're actually going to get to play it maybe half a year from now or something, because it's going to be early access that entire time. It kind of dampens the interest, but it's still really cool. I like new lines, but I feel like the hype kind of dies down by the time I actually get to play these ships, because everything is early access nowadays. Okay, French destroyers. Interesting. French destroyers is pretty brutal to add nowadays, because the problem with adding a French destroyer line, or French destroyers in general, is that people will automatically compare them to the likes of Le Terrible, Le Fantasque, Mogador, Kleber, Marceau. And that's really brutal, because all of those DDs are overtuned. They're all way too strong for their tier. They're all just overpowered, objectively overpowered. And comparing, and now adding a new line means that they will automatically get compared to already existing overpowered ships. It's kind of brutal. It's tough for them to balance it, and it's tough for us to I don't know, basically react to it or have an objective perspective on them. Because automatically in our mind, anyone who looks at this will compare it to the already existing ones. And the thing is, they can't be stronger than the already existing ones. They can't even be as strong, ideally, because that's just more power creep. Anyway. 6 new ships, beginning from tier 5, okay, featuring respectable main battery and torpedo armaments. These destroyers will act as all-rounders, distinct from their artillery-focused brethren. Okay. In general, these ships will feature strong torpedoes with very high base damage, speed, and range, okay? While not exceptional, their main batteries boast reasonable damage per minute and solid shell damage. Their survivability is improved by special saturation mechanics, which are already present on existing Tech 3 French destroyers. While typically destroyers always receive full damage to their midsection, French destroyers begin to receive half damage after a certain threshold of damage taken. This same saturation is, of course, what submarines have. That's why we often call it French saturation when we're shooting subs. That's why they take no damage, because they're permanently saturated. They permanently take reduced damage. In addition, they will have access to a short duration, high-speed emergency engine power, similar to that found on Ragnar. Okay. Interesting. Good torpedoes with long-range solid guns, special saturation, emergency engine power. Sounds too good to be true. Okay, no, it's one of these devlogs. Bro, just give me the facts. Don't give me the cringe. Okay, Wargaming, I don't know where you've got the idea that I want to read I want to have some sort of interactive reading experience when I'm reading a development blog. I don't want to read this shit. I'm not interested. Just give me the fucking numbers, man. Just give me a presentation with the numbers. Skip the cringe. You've tried this a couple of devlogs, but just don't, okay? Just don't. It's so stupid, like, holy fuck. Anyway. Emergency engine power sounds too good to be true. It might be. The new French destroyers come with a special mechanic for their torpedoes, which can firstly found on researchable torpedoes of Le Hardy. While starting from tier 8 ships of this branch will be equipped only with these torpedoes. Okay. These torpedoes will lose damage based on distance travel. They deal very high damage for the first 6 kilometers, but after that the damage starts to fall off. Okay, this sounds like very strong YOLO ships then. French saturation, high-speed emergency engine power, and high base damage speed torpedoes. Okay. Additionally, their main battery is hindered by poor ballistics on their shells, making long-range gunnery quite difficult. You'll want to get up close and personal with these ships. A low base speed and lack of access to smoke generator consumable will also be significant drawbacks for these ships. Okay. How low is low base? Because all of these numbers are so fudged nowadays, we'll have to look at the numbers themselves. As far as gameplay, due to their special torpedo mechanics and poor main battery ballistics, captains should focus on making close-range surprise attacks, YOLO in other words. In short-duration skirmishes with enemy vessels, these new ships can come out on top due to their special saturation and emergency engine power. However, be wary of extended engagements, as getting caught with your consumables ready can spell a death sentence. Without your consumables ready, sorry. Okay, French destroyer. See, I don't know how to pronounce that. La Droit? Because ideally, this should be pronounced Droit, right? But I'm always reminded of Detroit, which the Americans say Detroit instead of Detroit. So, is this like whatever? We're gonna call this one Detroit. Okay, Detroit. French destroyer Detroit, tier 5. The Detroit class destroyers represented an evolution of the Borrasque class. Okay, it was constructed in Dunkirk and named Renowned. Okay. When participated in an early war, Detroit met her fate on May 21st, 1940, near her hometown during the evacuation of Allied forces. Since the model for Detroit is still in development, okay, they're gonna use Vent. What the fuck does Detroit have to do with the French DD name? Detroit is a French name. You do know a lot of American cities are inspired by like named by the French. Des Moines, you know, and Detroit, it's French. The Americans just pick and choose how to pronounce it though. Like if you say Des Moines, you're an idiot, but if you say Detroit as Detroit, you're an idiot. America made everything on their own. True, true. Vermont. Anyway, 12.3k health, plating 10 millimeters, 4x 130, fire range 11.2. Lots of Canadian places have friendships, of course, of course. I mean, it's very inspired. Chance goes fire. I mean, they speak a lot of French there. Well, Quebec French, which I'm told is not actually French, but we're not gonna get into that argument because that's a separate fucking separate can of worms. Reload time 6.4 seconds. A Sigma 2.0. You get standard def charges. So what are the torps like? 8.5k torps at tier 5. Wait, 2 bombs. Number of charges 2. Only 2 bombs. I mean, okay. Weird. That's a very short drop. 8 came torps at 65 knots. Okay, they don't do a whole lot of damage, and the reload is pretty brutal for a tier 5. But detectability is 1.4, and speed is 65, which basically, that's really nuts. That's like almost gearing torps at tier 5, except for the damage. No one plays tier 5 though, but it's interesting. Max speed 33. That is pretty slow. What's the surface conceal? 6.6, so 6 kilometers with concealment expert. Yeah. Standard DCP, the emergency boost 20% speed. 40 seconds. Okay. So probably a pretty decent YOLO ship this as well. Tier 6. Dushafalt. Holy shit, I don't know how... Okay, this one, we're gonna call this one the Duchess. Okay. French destroyer Duchess. Tier 6. A Soldati class destroyer built in Italy for the Regia Marina. Yada 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 yada. Transferred to France as part of war reparations and named Duchess in tribute to the esteemed 18th friendship. Okay, let's see. What does the Duchess have? Douche. Oh, the douche is pretty good as well. The douchebag. The douche fault. Anyway. Hit points 14.3. 5 guns. 5.9 second reload on 5 guns. That might not be too bad, honestly. Also, 11.4 range. For supposedly not being gunboats, these sure have a lot more range than something like the Italians, for example. Maximum damage. Once again, 2 def charges. Oh, wait, no. Now you get 6. Okay, now you have 6. Fair enough. 2x3. Or 2 torps. Are they center ship? I think they're both center ship torpedoes. Yeah, they're here. They're both center ship. Okay, that's good. Then you can launch 6 on the side. So you can launch 6 torps, 9.4k alpha, 9k range, 67 knots. Still the torpedo that... Yo, that's actually... Isn't that gearing torps? Oh, hold on. Pretty sure that's like... In terms of like concealment parameters, I'm pretty sure that's straight up gearings. Poor gearing, man. I remember when reaching the gearing was like the goal, so you could unlock these crazy torpedoes. No, gearings do 66 knots and have 1.4 concealed. 66. Interesting. So these are faster than gearing torps at tier 6. But they still have the same concealment as gearing torps. Isn't it 1.4? Or do I misremember? No, it's 1.4, 1.4. So they're faster than gearing torps, while at the same time being as concealed as gearing torps. Jesus, the reaction time on this is going to be fucking brutal. It's going to be really brutal, because they're so fast and so... Like, the reason why you want speed and low concealment on torps is it lowers the reaction time. Basically, well, let's see. If you look at torpedo reaction time here, Skaba has like the best reaction time. because Kabas torps are so fucking stealthy. Their detectability is non-existent. Then we get deep water torps, and then we have the Gdansk that has such speed on them. Oh man, where's Gearing? Here's Gearing. Wow, Gearing has. I remember Gearing torps were the stealthiest. Jesus. But Gearing torps, you got 7.9 second reaction time. 7.9 reaction time on your torps with Gearing torps. Compare that to standard tier 6. I wonder where 7.9 puts you. It's not that bad. It puts you at the Egle and Gallant. Of course, you have more speed, which is always an advantage. The optimal torps in the game are, of course, torps like Holland's. The reason Holland torps are kind of the optimal is you got a lot of speed and you got fairly low conceal, which means if they're not Hydro, they're extremely hard to dodge. But even if you have Hydro, because they're so fast, they're still hard to dodge. So the faster the torp, the more it can overcome consumables that are meant to counter it. Reload 87. Fair enough. 6.8 conceal, so what? 6.2 about with the mod? 6.1, 6.2. 6.1. Maximum speed 38. Wait, weren't these supposed to be slow? Wait. Huh? What? Didn't they say slow speed? What? The fuck is that? And you got a 20% speed boost. Okay. So there I am, playing my Warspite, and I'm trucking along at 22 knots, and this thing comes around the corner, doing 48 knots. So he's not even twice as fast as me, he's even faster than twice as fast as I am. And fucking just jumps me with torps that are 3 times as fast as my ship. Huh. Okay. I'm not sure what the... Slow? What? Is this a fucking typo or something? That's like... What? That's so fast. Okay. Maybe it's a typo. Maybe the other ones are slower. Lehardi. Okay. Lehardi commissioned 1942, crew scuttled her in Toulon. Okay. Maybe it's an exception here. Maybe it's an exception. Hit points 15.1. 3x2. Okay, that's 12k. Again, 12k. For not being gunboats, Wargaming really going out of a great way to explain how these aren't gunboats. They sure have really good range. Also, 9% fire chance. 5.5 second reload. What? Wait. Almost 2k alpha. 9% fire chance. 12k range. 6 guns. 5.5 reload. Not a gunboat. Did they fix the fisheye shot? They might have fixed it a bit. They don't seem so obnoxious anymore. In tier 7, what does that put the DPM? I'm actually curious. Where the hell does that put the DPM? Like, HE shells. 5.5 reload. Haida has... What's Haida H alpha? Haida is 1.9 with 5 second reload. And it's got 6 guns. This one is 1950, 5.5. So I'm gonna assume this thing has like 130k maybe? 128k. Okay, 128k HEDPM. So it's got more HEDPM than Skåne, Gudja Mada, Jervis, Vekwilin, Bluska, Grom, Leningrad, Minsk, Leberet Mas, FR-25, and basically all the torpedo boats. But it's not a gunboat? Oh, okay. So it's gonna be here. So there's only 4 ships above it. It's top 5 HEDPM. And with a 9% fire chance, it's higher than everyone above them. They're all 5% fire chance. This thing is 9%, which means the fire starting capacity on this thing is going to be fucking obscene compared to everyone else up here. Okay. Because, like, this is a huge difference. Those have 5%. This one has 9% fire chance. That's 80% more. That's a huge increase. I don't really understand, but sure. Also, what the fuck is this? Diff charges 3,000. Number of charges 2. Bombs in charge 1. Huh? What? What are these torps? What? So that's the full damage. But those are insane. So it's got 2 per side and then a central launcher that has 3. So you can launch 5 of these per side. That's 100k alpha you can launch to a side. And they do 69 knots. And they're still fucking stealthy. What? Drops to 40% the max range? Yeah, it's maximum damage dealt until 6 km. Yeah. But once again, chat. What? Didn't they say these things were supposed to be slow? Torpedoes will fall off the damage. A low base speed. A low base speed. Tier 6 does 38, Tier 7 does 37. Oh, and it's got a faster speed boost. So this thing does, with speed flag, 39. That's already really fucking fast, but then it's got a 25% speed boost. So this one does 48.5. Rounded to 49, but 48.5. Huh? On what planet is this a low base speed though? Like if you go base speed. How the fuck is this a low base speed? Have they completely forgotten about the IGN torpedo boats, I wonder? Like being an old ship in World of Warships fucking sucks, man. Fucking sucks, man. It's faster than the Vequilin. What? It's actually faster base than the Vequilin. Huh? Okay. Cool. Very cool. Wait, we went from tier 7 to tier 9. What happened to tier 8? Interesting. The orange. Tier 9 orange. Wow, this thing looks like a fishing trawler. This thing looks maybe more like a fishing trawler than the T-22 looks like a fishing trawler. Do they not have a model for it? Is this a new model they made? What? Does it not look like a T-22? Kind of like... We have T-22 at home. Same dumb box, man. Almost. Almost. I don't think anyone can compete with T-22 when it comes to fishing power, man. This thing can cast nets like you wouldn't believe. But I can't say this is... This one looks so weird. Because, like, this all looks World War I. This looks all World War One, but then I'm looking at the fucking radar antenna set up here, and it looks like Cold War. Shit looks weird, man. A theoretical design serving as a precursor to the T-47 class of... Okay. Storm in French. Borrasque class destroyer. Okay. Let's imagine. Post-war. Okay. 18.1. Okay. It's tier 9 though. With French, it's... With the health perk, it's like 21k health. 3x2 127mm guns. Range 12.1. 1.9 cal. 4.3 reload. And 10-second turret traverse. I remember when, if you weren't the gunboat in World of Warships, you used to have really slow turret traverse. That's why, like Shimakaze and such, Shimakaze and Yugumo and Shiratsuyu and all these low IGN DDs, they have complete dogshit turret traverse. It was composite, and then when they announced Gremiashi back in the day, because Gremiashi had good guns, or good guns and good torps, the downside was turret traverse and so forth. But nowadays it's like everything has good turret traverse, and now even this torpedo boat thing has 10-second turret traverse, which is fucking incredible, and 4.3 reload. 4.3 reload. I wonder what kind of DPM this thing is. Can someone calculate? 4.3 reload with... That's 6 guns. I wonder where that's going to place it. Probably like... Oh, it's going to be like 140 something. More. 160? Just under 160k. Really? So it's going to have almost as much DPM as the black. Can it be that good? 159k. 159k. Okay. So that's going to put it here. Above Adriatico, Tashkent, Udalo, Jutland, Z46, Mogador, ZF6. Okay, but Phil Schultz doesn't really count. So clearly not gunboats, these guys. They're torpedo boats. Trust. Interesting. For Wargaming telling them how these aren't gunboats, they sure give them a lot of gunpowder. The ballistics are going to have to be some sort of special junk to make up for how good the DPM is. If you got French saturation and this kind of DPM, it looks like a whole line of Marceaux so far. Dev charges. Okay, now we went from bombs in a charge. Do they just randomly pick these numbers? We went from 2 to 6 to 1 to 8. I swear they randomly just... Someone throws dice. Someone throws dice in the office and then they pick the number it lands on. That's the only thing that makes any sense. Okay, torps. 3x3, 550, 23.4k alpha. Holy shit, 12k range. Maximum damage dealt until 6. 70 knots. 3x3. Where are the torps located? Looks like 3 on the side and 1 center. So you can launch 6 per side, which is once again 120k alpha on the side. And even the other side, you can launch 3 of these. So you got potential 70k on the other side as well. Before torpedo reduction, of course. Still a lot of fucking alpha. AA, free flak. Maximum speed 34. Okay, so now we lost some speed. We're doing 34. What's the conceal? Surface 8k in conceal. Okay. So you run concealment expert and then you run concealment module. So you got 6.5. 6.5 conceal. But your speed boost has gone up. So you're doing 35 speed flag, but you got a 30% speed boost now that lasts a minute. You're going to run the module for sure to get extra from it. What we're actually talking about here is 37. Wait, did I fuck that up? I think I fucked it up. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, I was like, no, that didn't sound... I don't know what I did. That doesn't sound right. 46. I think I used plus. Yeah, I used plus. That makes sense. 46 knots. So you got 60 per 60 base. How long did the... How long did the speed boost module last, chat? Or how much extra did it give? Do I have one here? No, fuck. Longer has one for sure. 30% consumable action time. And what was the... Could you build for more? You can build 10% here as well. You can build 10%. You get minimum 30. So what we're actually talking about here is 60. And then you're getting 30%. And then you're getting probably that scale 86 second. So you can get 86 second. So you can get 1 minute 40. Sorry, 1 minute 30. 1 minute 30. I'm retarded. 1 minute 30 speed boost. So you're zipping around at 46 knots for 1 minute 30. And then you got a 2 minute cooldown. And then you can do it again. You're probably going to run Superintendent for that alone. That thing alone. I'm not sure if I'd class this as very slow then. That's a lot of gunpowder. Absolutely terrifying torps. And you're going to, obviously, you're going to run cooldown reduction on this. Well, we'll see. At least a flag minimum. Still, slow isn't exactly what I call this. Because it's going to be 37 with the 35-7 with the flag. And then the rest of the time you're going to be running around at 46. How fast does 37 base make you? Are you the slowest DD? I think you might not be the slowest DD. Some Utland speeds. Okay. None of these have the super speed boost you do though. Poor Yuguma. Imagine Yuguma has 35-5 base. Dude, it makes no sense, man. He dies faster than Yuguma. Ha! Why? Oh my god. Tragic. Release date difference. Yeah, for sure. For sure. French destroyer Khazard. Tier 10. I guess this is the tier 10. Note the turret setup. That's interesting. We didn't talk about that. 1 gun front, 2 guns stern. Same thing here. So very strong kiter. Not so strong pushing in, but more like you run in, pick a fight, then start kiting away, as you normally do in DD engagements. And it's very strong at that. Tier 10. T-47 class destroyer, representing the first series of destroyer built for the French Navy after World War II. Khazard, named after 18th century French naval officer and privateer Jacques Khazard, commenced active duty in 1956. Wow, 1956, guys! We're probably gonna get a lot of cool things then. Like, look at the radar. This thing probably has radar-guided AA with VT fuse. We'll probably have squid and hedgehog launchers. Wow, we're probably going to get all state-of-the-art AA and ASW mechanics because this is a Cold War ship, right, Chant? Surely they wouldn't give us World War I era AA and World War I era depth charges on a ship that was released in 1956. Surely not. That doesn't make any sense. After all, carriers get jet planes. So surely we'll get the appropriate counter tools. Surely. The warship played a role in international operations linked to the Suez Crisis and consistently served as a flagship of various fleet formations throughout her 2-decade history of duty in the French Navy. Okay. Khazard, French destroyer. 20.5k. So 24k health with the HP perk. Pretty sure those are MLE 1951 twin Bofors AA guns. Those are objectively best AA guns in Azure Lane. They absolute shred planes. Yeah, I mean, like we don't want to talk about. We don't want to talk. Like you know the Holland, the things on the front of the Holland. Like in these things that the small and the Holland has. These things on the front here. In World of Warships, they launch a depth charge that drops a World War I depth charge that drops forward. Do you know what these things actually are? They're 357mm. ASW rockets. They were sonar guided ASW rockets, 375mm, and you could launch 4 of them per set. And it would like fucking find the submarine and launch the rocket and home in and smash the fucking submarine. But in fucking World of Warships, where you're only allowed, no, it's not headshot. It's it's literally this, man. 300 and let's see, I can. It's literally these. I can show you. It's these. It's these. Basically, that's what they look like. They launch rockets, and they can find the submarine. Do you locate it with sonar, and they can find the submarine? They would hunt down, hit the submarine, and blow it up. It's not headshot. But yeah, proximity fuse, of course, and all the latest ASW tools. Yeah, here it is. Bofors SR-375 anti-submarine rocket system of the 1960s, and this is how it worked. How it would locate the submarine with sonar. Weird how that doesn't work against subs here. And then they had multiple systems that would allow you to home in and find the submarine underwater, launch the rocket, find the submarine, and kill it. Like it would cover, like it would literally make a net around the submarine like this with multiple rockets, so the submarine couldn't evade it. Like the fucking the sophistication of the mechanics that should be in the game against subs, and then what we actually have is that's what we actually have. Makes me fucking sad. Makes me fucking sad. And then people talk about, oh, but historically submarines were a part of blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, bro. Sure. Anyway, what do I have here? 3x2, 13.9 km range. 3.5-second reload. Is this a Marceau? What the fuck? Imagine being Kaba. Imagine being released in 2015 and being called a Khabarovsk. Man, that would fucking suck. That would really suck. I'm glad I'm not a fucking Khabarovsk. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure I have a full gun build on my Kaba. What's my gun range with my full Kaba? I just wanna look. So on Kaba I have reload, but then I have the mod, Master Fire Control, which leg mod, which gives me 10% range, and then on the Captain I have 20% range, and this gives me a total range of 14.8. So that's with 30% booster modifiers. If I don't have a commander, I have 12.4. And this is with the 10% range. What's the default? Is it like... It's gotta be 11 something, right? 11 something. That's pretty incredible. So base range 39. Holy shit. That's pretty insane. Except in Kaba, the 13 km is usable. Yeah, but except in Kaba, anything below 8 km isn't usable because you're such a massive ship that you're easy to blow the fuck out of the water. But let's not talk about that. Let's see. So wait, 13.9 range. Where does that put us in terms of range? That makes us the highest range destroyer in the game. Base, 13.9. Even Kleber and Elbing only have 13.3 and 13.6. Trump 13.3, Delmy. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Torpedo boat, by the way. 3.5-second reload. Where does that put us? Marceau has 8 guns with 3. So it's Marceau. Looks like exactly like Marceau, but instead of 8 guns, it's 6 guns. Is that right? Then it's going to be like what? 180k, 190k DPM. So that puts you roughly on the Lucian levels of DPM. Interesting. Really good. Turtverse again. Def charges. Oh, we got a random arbitrary number. This time it's 6, chat. So our def charges go, what was it? 2, 1, 6, 8, 6. I think I lost track of something. Arbitrary number. This time 6. But I've said it before. This could be 6 or 600. It wouldn't change anything. It's still funny to see. Torpedo tubes. 4x3. 3 per side. So Kleber's YOLO lineup. 24.2k alpha. That's fucking nuts. They do 13.5 range. Speed 72. Reload time 120. Torpedo tail 1.5. Holy shit, these are... Bro, remember when Shimaka... You remember, like... Imagine the fucking sacrifices you have to make to play Shimakaze with F3s. In order to get Shimaka... In order to sacrifice to bet Shima F3s, your range is fucking 8 knots, and you get 21k alpha. What's the base speed on F3s? This is with full build, so this doesn't count. This is with full build. What is the base speed on Shima F3s, actually? I'm curious. Let me check that real fast. Are they 76? I think 76 knots is base speed. So you get 72s here. But your torps do 3k more damage close range, all the way to 6. All the way to 6 you do 3k more damage. And then past that it continues for 13.5 kilometers. Reload time 120 seconds. Jesus. Oh, and the turn... Yeah, okay. Detectability 1.5 km. Shimas are 1.8 km. Nice. Very cool. Okay, what else do we have? 34 space speed, turning circle 670, rudder shift. Wow. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's really good. 8 km conceal. Isn't that the same as we had here? Yeah, so 6.5 conceal. If you build for it. And a 30% booster, so once again, 46 knots. 46 knots. 46 knots. Fringe saturation, 24k HP. Basically Lucian DPM. In really fucking nuts YOLO potential. Pretty effective long-range potential as well when you consider the DPM and the range of the torps. You can just launch them and forget them. 120-second reload isn't bad. Concealment very competitive at 6.5 considering the speed. Holy shit. This thing seems very obnoxious to deal with. Like, Kleber is considered a very scary YOLO rusher. Kleber is considered an extremely scary YOLO rusher because of the combination of Kleber speed and Kleber torpedo alpha and fringe saturation. This thing has almost identical health. It's got, what, 1.4k less health. But the torpedo damage, Kleber torps do 18.4. This one does 24.2. That's 30% more damage per torpedo. Shit, that's more than that. 33% more damage per torpedo. Oh, about 30% actually more damage per torpedo. So it's a third more per torpedo. Which means your alpha damage is potential and damage is much, much scarier. And 46.4 speed. How fast did Kleber go? How fast could you get a Kleber to go? Kleber goes 44 with 20. Kleber is still going to be faster. Much faster. Kleber is still going to be much faster. But 46 knots doesn't mean like you're bad, yo. So the biggest thing you lose is speed there. Still fucking scary to deal with. This thing comes around the corner, 46 knots with these torpedoes. Holy shit. Not a cope, 1 minute click. For YOLO, that doesn't matter at all, Nathan. It's going to depend heavily on what kind of angles it gets. One of the other reasons Kleber is so insanely good at YOLOing is because the torpedo angles on the Kleber are really stupid. They're extremely forgiving. You can launch torpedoes almost forward like that. They're really good. That's kind of scary. So far, first impressions, they seem really strong. Really strong. We'll see we'll see how they tweak the ballistics, because what we don't know here is about potential hidden values. Wargaming has a habit of adding these, well, basically these funky values. What's Kleber? Kleber base conceal is 9.6 though, isn't it? It is. That's another advantage on this thing though. Yeah, Kleber 8.6. With full build, what do you get Kleber to? 7 something? 7. Do you get Kleber to 7.5? No, you don't get it that good. 7.8. That's not concealment though, is it? It is. 7.8. So the best thing you can get Kleber to is 7.8. That's full concealed build. 7.8. And this thing is 6.48? Okay, 6.5? This thing is 6.5 concealed. That's a pretty fucking huge advantage. Especially when it comes to YOLOing someone who's in the open. It doesn't matter if you're YOLOing behind islands and shit, but in everything else, that's a 1.3 kilometer spotting advantage you have in this thing over the Kleber. How much do you get in leg mod, Kleber? I don't have it. How much is it? Minus 20. What does that bring you to? Was 7.8. 6.2? 6.2. So leg mod Kleber is still superior. But only by 300 meters, and you kind of gimp the Kleber's gunpowder entirely to do it. You gimp Kleber's gunpowder entirely to do it. Whereas this thing maintains all the gunpowder while at the same time getting that. That seems pretty fucking good. Seems really strong. What remains to be seen is, well, there's a couple of things we need to see, but that we don't. There's basically about 3 things that we need to see before we can make any final judgment. On the surface right now it looks strong, but 3 important things. Gun firing angles. How good are they? Forward, backwards? Is this gonna block kiting angles for the front gun? How about forward firing angles? How well can this back turret fire? How well can this back turret fire? We don't know. That's important. Gun firing angles are incredibly important. Second, torpedo angles. They look really good. They look like really strong because these are completely unobstructed and on the sides. So the torpedo angles look fantastic, but we can't tell. You never know. They might be some artificial blocks there. Wargaming might decide that this knit thing, whatever, is in the way, so the angle is something like this. We don't know. We need to see that in game. The third thing we need to see is what about the hidden ballistic modifiers? The Wargaming will and does change shells. Despite copying the turret, copying the shell, they can still go into the files and tweak them. The most obvious example is Wisconsin, which has Iowa guns, aka Montana guns. It has the exact same turret, it fires the exact same shell, but as if by magic, you have better pen than Vermont at range in those guns, because they've gone in and they've tweaked the numbers on them. So the shells fly faster with less air drag, and they pen better than Vermont at range, because Wargaming went into the files and they did a bit of tweaking. So we don't know what they're going to do here. So those 3 things is something we can only see once the ship is released. Omaha Mermans is a good example as well. We can assume Marceau guns until told otherwise. And with 6.5 conceal, this kind of DPM, French saturation, these kind of torps, and just in general, it seems pretty damn strong so far. We'll see how it actually holds up, but the ship seems pretty strong. Or the line seems pretty strong. Okay. The Adventure, Tier 8. will be added for testing. Okay, so that's the one that we're missing here. The shells are already different though. Oh yeah, true. 1.9k alpha. Isn't Marceau is 1850. Shell velocity is the same. Turrets look completely identical. Look at the turret, the thing, everything here. It looks exactly the same. It looks like the identical turret, identical caliber, and 808 meters per second velocity. Everything looks identical, but they've already tweaked the HE shell number to give it higher alpha. So we don't know what else they've tweaked. Maybe a lot more air drag. Air drag on light shells is brutal. It slows the shells down like instantly. So we don't know. We'll see. The shells might be garbage. Okay, next up. Soviet cruiser Kozma Minin. Tier 9. That looks like a Donskoy with German guns. Oh, okay. Holy shit, I played this game too long. Naval relations between the USSR and Germany in 1939-1940. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are they willing to admit a certain Molotov-Ribbentrop pact? Oh man, this ship would never fly on Russia. This ship would never fly in Russia. No way would Russia allow this ship to be fucking published in the Russian version. Because they don't even teach about the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact there. They pretend like World War II started when innocent Soviet Russia was attacked by Finland and attacked by Germany and yada yada. That's how they teach it over there. They were innocent. They did nothing wrong. This implies that there might have been some sort of agreements in place between Russia and Germany before it started. Oh, scary, scary. Scary, scary. This would never be allowed on the other server, man. Holy shit. So, 203mm guns on a Donskoy. Interesting. Wait, for real? They teach history like that? Yo, yeah, like try to talk about Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact with them. They have no idea who that is or like what that pact would even be about. No, no, no. They got a very different history going on there. And lately it's getting worse, of course, with a certain dictator in charge there. It's getting much, much worse. Okay. Kozma Minin will feature a unique blend of characteristics, combining traits from both German and Soviet cruisers. With a main battery of 8 203mm guns similar to those found on Admiral Hipper. Eesh. She possesses good HE penetration, high AP damage, and comfortable long-range ballistics. Yeah, if it's Hipper, all of this is true, but what they're not mentioning is dogshit HE DPM, no improved pen angles on the AP, and terrible reload. But we'll see, maybe it makes up for it. Access to Soviet radar and standard engine boost. Standard engine boost. What's with everything having a fucking engine boost nowadays? Will give her some additional flexibility in battles. However, her vulnerable citadel, bad maneuverability, and poor concealment can lead to trouble when caught in close combat. Additionally, the ship has access to repair party on a separate slot, while hydroacoustic search and AA defensive fire will search the same slot. In battle, Kozma Minin will be best utilized at range, putting her speed and shell ballistics to work. Her 12-can radar may be used to support friendly destroyers, while her high-damage AP can punish broadsides of enemy vessels. Yeah, now in Russia it's called the Great Patriotic War, and it started when Germany attacked them. That's basically the extent of the teachings there. 43.4, that's Donskoy, very basic Donskoy, 18.5 range. Wait, 9.5 reload. That doesn't seem that good. This looks like actual Hipper guns. Wait, what's Hipper reload in World of Warships? Oops. $10.5. So that's 9.5. They shared a second of it. You can slot reload mode. Yeah, you'll get much more out of it. Interesting. Reload flies to maximum. Wait, torps 2x5, 18k torps. Okay, range 6 km, speed 65. That's pretty good YOLO power. Secondary armament, unimportant. AA 6 flak. 6 flak, 5.8 km range. That's pretty good. 36 knots. I guess it gets Donskoy's. It gets Donskoy's speed, doesn't it? That's oof. 37.8 with flag. Damn. Wait, did it get instant plane-based SW? It did. Didn't Hipper have to fight long to get that? I remember Hipper had ship-based, and so did Rude. Did they finally change it? Don't tell me Hipper is still stuck with fucking ship-based. No developer would be that stupid, right? Okay, they gave it ship-based, or sorry, plane-based. Why would you want Hipper guns instead of Donskoy's? That's a really good question, isn't it? That's a really good question, isn't it? Why would you want that? Let's see. Tier. Let's say 15k pen range. What do we have? Where's Donskoy? I think that might be pretty close, actually. There's Donskoy. 171mm pen at 15. Hipper 169. Honestly, Donskoy has better pen. I think he has faster shell travel time as well. It does. It has faster shell travel time and faster pen, and it already had better HE DPM, but the AP DPM is much worse, or AP alpha is much worse. Pretty similar. But obviously the big thing here is... Wait, 15.5 concealed. Let's see. 12.6. With 12k radar. That's pretty good. Hydro. 25-second 12k radar. Heal. 8% speed. This thing is going to be much faster. This is going to be faster than Donskoy though. If you do speed flag donkey with, what was it? 8% speed boost? 41 knots. Everyone is so fast nowadays. Everyone is so goddamn fast nowadays. Every ship has to have a speed boost, man. It's fucking insane. Hydro speed boost radar on everything, man. Brennus. Okay. Interesting. Brennus. Is this like a mega carrot? No, mega Henry. An alteration of cruiser Henry IV with 7 305mm main battery guns. 7. Wait, so you got doubles and a triple in the back. Okay. The ship carries the name of this famous Celtic chieftain Brennus. Interesting. Once used to test the addition of main battery reload booster Henry in years prior, she now makes the return to game in her own right. High AP penetration and excellent ballistics. Good reload time and high speed. Ship has access to improved engine boost, of course it does. 6 torpedoes per side. 6 torps per side. Oh, they're protected as well. Protected torps are pretty good for YOLO. Brennus has slow turret rotation, a low number of barrels that impair her salvo weight, and poor armor. In battle, Brennus will truly shine with the savvy captain at the helm, utilizing her high speed to take unexpected positions and punish the broadsides. Unexpected positions. You know what would be really good for taking unexpected positions? Getting rid of plane spotting. That would make unexpected positions actually unexpected. That would be a pretty cool concept. Imagine being able to sneak up on a flank undetected without plane spotting. Crazy, I know. 53.3k health, 25 millimeter plating, 60-second firearms. Okay. So what do we have here? 203s, 8.7k alpha. Goddamn. Scary AP. 13.5-second reload on 305s? Isn't that pretty fucking good? What? Isn't that pretty fucking good? Am I missing something? Seems really fucking good to me. It's gonna be the best reload for guns this size, by a mile. Puerto Rico has 305's, 22-second reload. Stalingrad has 305's, 21-second reload. Yoshino has 310's with an 18.5-second reload. This thing has 13.5 base. This thing has cruiser dispersion. With a 13.5 base? Fuck, that's scary. However, Brennus has slow turret rotation. I love that the idea of slow turret rotation in fucking 2024 is 30-second turret traverse jump. That's the idea of slow turret rotation in 2023. That's fucking incredible, man. That's fucking incredible how much that has been power crept. Look at that turret traverse on my Gremioshi, chat. Look at that turret traverse on my Gremioshi. Tier 5 DD. Considered overpowered back in the day. Like, it's fucking insane that 30 seconds, which can be easily improved by captain skills and shit, is considered a slow turret rotation in 2024. Fucking Christ. Okay, so we got ship-based ASW. Also 25% fire chance. That's really high. 51mm base pen as well. This AP is fucking terrifying though. Like, that's a lot of alpha. Wonder what the pen is gonna be. Ship-based ASW, plane-based ASW, sorry, 8k range. Torpedo tubes 4x3, 15k torps, 9k range, speed 60 knots. They look strong. Good for YOLOs, for sure. What is Des Moines turret traverse? What is South turret traverse? That's with Captain 26. Isn't it base much worse? I think it's much worse base. Ah, fuck off. I can't. Isn't Zao is 30? I think DM is 30. Bro, imagine being a ship launched ages ago. Man, that would suck. Hindenburg, I think, is 30 as well. Its standard cruiser is 30 seconds. Well, standard old cruiser is 30 seconds. Henry, 37.6. I think that's reload mod. Marseille, 41.4 seconds. Bro, the power creep on this on some of these basic shits have gotten so fucking absurd. Standard heavy cruiser is now considered slow turret. Okay, I'm sorry, I got stuck on that, but it's just fucking mind-blowing to me, man. It's fucking mind-blowing to me. And these are 203mm guns that have 30 seconds or more turret traverse. And this fucking thing is 305s, man. And it's got 30, and they're like, oh, we apologize, but this is a great weakness. You actually have to prepare for engagement a few seconds in advance, you poor thing. Okay, 5 flag, 1680, maximum speed 35 knots. Turning circle 840. For a ship this size? That's really fucking good. 11-2 rudder. That's also pretty fucking good for a ship this size. 11-2 rudder. It's got Henry 4 rudder. It's got Henry 4 turning circle as well. That's not bad at all. San Martin has a worse San Martin has a fucking worse turret reverse than or a rudder shift than that. That's actually pretty fucking good. Wonder if they're giving it Henry acceleration. Surface detect 16. Surprising enemies. Oops. Fuck. 13 km conceal. 13 km conceal. I mean, okay, first of all, if you have big caliber guns, you shouldn't have good stealth. That should be a core concept of the game. But Wargaming has shit all over that concept ages ago with the likes of Incomparable and St. Vincent and Vermont and all of these. So that's like a lost concept nowadays. But conceal in the current meta, I feel like you're just gonna build this thing lighthouse. Do I want to? Carrot is such a tragedy. What was carrot guns? Carrot is pretty fucking bad. Oh, Carrot has 305s. Oh shit, Carrot has 305s. Interesting. 22-second reload time. Oh, it's the same. Is it the same guns? Kind of looks like the same statistics on the same numbers. Same alpha and shell velocity, yeah. So it's Carrot guns, but like fucking 13.5 reload versus what is the base reload here? Probably like 25. So it's like fucking 11.5 seconds less reload. Yeah, but Carrot is giga bad. Still, looking at the concealment, 13 km conceal, I could see Lighthouse Brennus. Because that's what you do with shit like Henry as well. You just build a Lighthouse. I could easily see Lighthouse Brennus. Get this reload down to like under 10 seconds on 305s and just smash. Depends on the firing angles, but if they're good, absolutely. With base range 20.3, absolutely, man. Seems pretty effective. Oh, it's got engine boost? 20%, huh? So, 35, speed, flag. It's a long 120, yeah, you get like that. So 44 knots. Yeah, what the fuck? Lighthouse Brennus. Lighthouse Brennus for sure. You don't have Hydra, you don't have defensive AA. Wait, they really want you to push in? Wait. Utilizing high speed to take unexpected positions and punish the broadsides of enemy ships. Bro, do you want me to push a flank without Hydra, without radar, without defensive AA in the current submarine CV meta, and you're giving me 25mm nose, and you want me to fucking push up a flank and try to, like... What? With this shit? Rush in with this shit. Even the fucking 30mm plating is a joke nowadays with the Overmatch. Everyone has Overmatch nowadays. And you think I'm gonna rush up a flank? No hydro, no radar, no defensive, completely overmatchable armor if there's even one 457, which there are a lot of in the game nowadays. It doesn't even need to be that. A fucking Mecklenburg can AP overmatch my nose. And you want me to run up a flank with 13 can conceal and try to do 11-2 rudder, 840 turning. No. No. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg is... I'm sorry. Mecklenburg is kind of a loser ship. Mecklenburg is like... you kind of want to play a fucking Yoshino, but you're too bad to play a Yoshino, so you play a Mecklenburg instead. So you can sit and spawn and lob 8 shit everything that moves. Without being citadeled. That's Mecklenburg. I'm sorry, I got distracted, but man, I fucking hate that thing. Sorry, it's not Mecklenburg, it's the... What's the thing is it called? The one with 380s. Well, even Pommern can. Still, I don't think I'm gonna be playing how they want me to play this thing. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any of those things. I think I'm gonna be using the high penetration, the excellent ballistics, the reload, the speed, and fucking lighthouse build this thing and just farm. Because I don't see what else it can do. American Cruiser Jacksonville. Holy shit. Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. I'm sorry, I'm joking. What the fuck is this? This is like, what is that game, Admirals, or whatever it's called, when you can build your own ship? This is kind of the ship I would build. I would add more guns here and here, though. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, yeah, that's the one. Okay, so we got 50 billion AA guns and 16 billion main guns and a bunch of radars and stuff. I'm gonna give it about 5 or 6 flak. Actually, it's a light cruiser and it's super cruiser. It might have 8. Let's see. A further development of the Worcester class cruiser with 15 6-inch dual-purpose guns based on the proposals of the 1940s, a future dual-purpose guns. Okay. Interesting. Crowning the American light cruiser line. Jacksonville represents the best qualities of the ships before her. A fast reloading main battery of 1,552mm guns, capable of putting out incredible amounts of damage, fast turret rotation, strong AA characteristics. Oh my. Don't tease me with a good time. Good concealment and a versatile set of consumables. She also comes with a trick up her sleeve. Combat instructions which will temporarily boost her HE penetration, offsetting the typical weakness of light cruisers. Poor ballistics and weak armor, similar to Worcester, represents the most serious drawbacks for the ship. Okay. Is Captain already familiar with light cruiser gameplay? Will feel at home with Jackson. Oh, effective use of cover, such as islands and smoke. I'm sorry, I've been told explicitly by multiple battleship players that using terrain or smoke to shoot at them is cowardice and playing the game wrong. So I don't know what the fuck you're saying here, Wargaming, but this sounds like playing the game wrong, man. This sounds like cowardice. You need to be out there in the open, killing yourself on purpose every match. Will be crucial to make best use of her main battery. A strong AA suit and access to surveillance radar also makes Jacksonville an excellent support vessel. Effective teamwork with friendly ships will make Jacksonville a fearsome presence on the seas. In other words, sea divisions are going to be spamming this thing with a gearing up its ass 24/7. Additionally, the ship has access to defensive AA fire, repair party, and hydroacoustic search consumables. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let me devstrike you already, you coward. Exactly. 52k health, fighting 25, 30 second fires, yeah, pretty standard. 17.2 range. What's Worcester range? 16.2? 16.7. I remember it was 16.7, maybe. I remember it was more than Zhao, which I always found really funny. Because Zhao is 16.2, but Worcester is 16.7, which is just fun. You can tell Worcester came out after Zhao. Maximum HE, 2200, 30mm pen, 12% fire, with this many guns. 5 second reload. What kind of DPM does this thing have, chat? What's Worcester? Worcester is... What is Worcester? Worcester is... How much reload does Worcester have? Worcester has... 4.6 reload on 12 guns. This 5 second reloads on 15 guns. I'm thinking this thing is going to have a lot of HE DPM. 400k? 400k. Goddamn. So that puts it above Smolensk, even above Annapolis then. Obviously, it doesn't have the advantages of pen of Annapolis, but still. That's pretty nasty. Direct hits with main battery guns required to reach 100% progress. 100 main hits. What? I wonder if they'll keep this. Because, like, battleships right now can get their funny button by just shooting in the general direction of a fucking enemy ship. You don't even need to hit enemy ships with your battleship. You just fucking splash around them as long as you had lock on and you shot, like, in the general barn door direction. You get your funny button. And this thing is a 100 hit requirement? That seems pretty oof. You get 30 seconds before time of inactivity, but still 100 hits. That seems pretty high. Okay, activation gives you 25%. So you get IFHE without the downsides on the funny button. So 37. 30 isn't 37? 38. No, 37 because it's 30. So you don't pen the 38. The magical. So 37mm pen. 37.5. Not enough for the deck armor of the American BBs, but still useful. That's a very situational gimmick. That's a very situational gimmick compared to all the other gimmicks. That's a really situational gimmick compared to all the other ones. $44 with IFHE, yeah. But then if you run IFHE, the rest of the time you're gimping your fire chest so hard. That's a very situational gimmick. It needs to be, well, I mean, you need to be farming a battleship. Preferably one that has a lot of 32 plating. And those parts of the plating can't be very saturated to get max value. I mean, the thing is, though, you can keep it. You can keep the activation loaded and wait until you get into a situation where you want to use it and then get the extra damage. So it will have its uses. It's still a useful gimmick. Airstrike DC. Reload time 30 seconds. Available flights 2. Okay. AA. Wow! 6 flag on our dual-purpose mega anti-air light cruiser. Oh, Wargaming, you're too generous. That's incredible. Wow! I can't believe you gave us this much. What a powerhouse. I can't wait to fight some jet planes with my 6 flak. You are too generous, Wargaming. Thank you. I was being a bit optimistic, saying we might get 8 flak, but turns out that was a bit too high for our Lord and our Savior Wargaming, who needs to make sure that no planes ever get shot down during games. So we ended up with a modest 6 flak. Thank you very much. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it. Makes a lot of sense how this thing with 15 6-inch dual-purpose guns and what looks like a fucking entire arms race worth of fucking Bofors guns marked here can actually only put up 6 flak at a time. It makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Wargaming. Another fucking generous gift to the player base. Fucking Christ, man. Absolutely demented once again. And all the continuous damage is on the mid-range. The mid-range, not the long range, the mid-range. This is the area where they're usually immune and they spend the least of their time actually inside. Also, flak, defensive AA boosts flak damage by 300%. It boosts continuous by 50. So you want a lot of flak. That's how you shoot down planes. That's how the only way to actually defend yourself is get a flak muncher and throw up a lot of flak with boost on it. That's the only way to defend yourself. Unfortunate. You might be able to stop a 3rd strike with that continuous. You might be. That's true. After he's bombed you, after the Meltas first struck you for 20k and then come back for another 20k, then with your last 10k available, your continuous damage will shoot down the remains of his squad. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good trade-off. I bet he'll really feel it. He'll be like, ah, shit, I'm gonna have to wait like 2 minutes for these things to regenerate. That sucks. 6.2 smoke fire. Damage control, DCP, there's the defensive. Average 8 continuous damage. And of course flak gets 300%, but you didn't give us any fucking flak, so thanks a lot for that. 9cam radar, standard heal, Hydra. Okay. See, I was pretty hyped for this thing if they actually gave us some fucking AA. But they slapped it all into mid-range continuous. So now they can pretend like it has a lot of AA, but it's all in the least valuable form. The one form that doesn't help you in defending yourself at all. Fucking sucks, man. Also, once again, Continuous does absolutely... Most AA does absolutely nothing against Soviet carriers, but Continuous does even less against them. And any single launch like squads, which is a lot of consumable squads, like they just drop their squad and despawn, this only shoots them down after they've dropped their squad. So this mid-range Continuous is like... It's like Wargaming's pissing on us and they're telling us it's raining. It's... No. It fucking isn't, man. You're taking a piss. It just sucks. It just fucking sucks. There isn't a way to extend the range, yeah, no. Anyway, interesting looking ships. Interesting Devblog. We'll see how this plays. A lot of unanswered questions, but that was a pretty gigantic Devblog to watch. How much AA does Wooster have, actually? What is Wooster's AA? What is really baffling, though, is Yodo is a better AA ship than these things. Which doesn't make any sense. Like, I built a lot of AA, and on Russia had that airship thing where they tested like dual carriers. So I played a lot of this IGN light cruiser line there, and these things actually have like 8 flak, and with the full build you can get 9 flak. Like there's this thing if you... I'm sorry, it's this thing. If you got the AA active, sorry, it becomes 10 flak even. So, and if you ran... Shit, was it this thing? Gave you 1 extra flak as well. So you could boost it to what, 11 flak. Which was actually pretty good. But even the fact that it's base 8 flak on IGN cruisers, but the Americans, notorious for their advancements in N-tier, because they were forced to do it, because they were under constant pressure by the Japanese fucking carriers and kamikaze attacks and so forth. They went out of their way to perfect N-tier. And somehow they get less flak on their fucking ships than the Japanese cruisers, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Unless, of course, you're part of a select group, in other words, you're fucking playing a carrier, then you suddenly get really good AA. Especially if you're a fucking super carrier. Daily reminder that fucking Midway has 9 flak. So, Midway has more AA than a super light cruiser with strong AA characteristics. Actually, it's got 50% more AA. What? 50% more flak? Fucking demented, man. So fucking stupid. Ugh. The US sus is even worse. And I think is it the Super Hakuryu that has something like 14 flak as well? This one has 11. Hakuryu has 11 flak as well. Like, the strongest AA in the game is on carriers. What a surprise, by the way. What a surprise. I'm really surprised. Never could I have seen this coming. That Wargaming would slap the best AA in the game. 10 flak on Nakimo, by the way. You won't find these numbers on any fucking cruisers or anything like that. You'll find them on the carriers. Yeah, it's... Why did they do this? Because they didn't like the fact that carriers would kill other carriers. They only want carriers to torture the surface ships. So they, at the start, carriers were pretty effective at killing each other. Then Wargaming ramped up their AA to these numbers to make sure it doesn't happen.